Morning everybody, welcome to today's session. I hope that you're all able to enjoy the sunshine at the moment. Let's get started. Oh, let me move these mats forward, I'm really far away, hang on. That's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to tip the head over to one side, taking the hand over and reaching one arm away. So you've got ear to shoulder. Nice deep breaths. I'm going to change sides, tipping that head over, taking the hand across, reaching long and away. Back to the centre one more time on each side, tipping over, taking the hand across, reaching away. Swapping sides, tipping over, hand comes across, reaching away. And relaxing there, good. So we're going to go into our breathing. So for this, we're going to lay on our backs. I want you to be laying down in that neutral position. So you've got a slight curve under your lower spine. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. I'm just going to rest those arms down beside us. So from here, I just want you to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So we want to make sure that these hips are nice and level. So you're imagining that you have a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed. The shoulders are away from the ears. Your chest is nice and open. You want that weight evenly placed to your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just start to gently tighten through the tummy. From here, as you breathe out, I want you to tuck the pelvis under. So you're flattening that lower back into the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Holding there. Releasing out to neutral. So as you're getting that nice flat back position, we're just using the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. And really think about pressing that lower back into the floor. On this next one, we're going to hold. So tucking under to hold. So now your back should be nice and flat into the floor. we're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're going to tighten all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. So as you're tightening, you're thinking of that sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. Let's halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. We still want this nice relaxed position in the upper body. Shoulders down, chest is nice and open. If you are feeling really tense, just turn your palms up to the ceiling and that will just help to open up in the chest. We're going to pull the tummy all the way down. So think belly button to the spine. We're keeping that weight even through the feet. Big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to half one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. Your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're bringing both legs up into a tabletop position. So you want your knees above your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. From here, we're going into toe taps. We're tapping down and lift. Tap down and lift. So we want to keep that strong flat back position. Use your tummy muscles, use your pelvic floor. Make sure those shoulders are relaxed, they're away from the ears. Moving through the hips as you lower and lift. We've got two more on each side. Tap down and lift. Down and lift. Last one each side. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. From there, you're going to hug those knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to be going on to our hands and knees. So we're going to be taking our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, and our tummy here is nice and tightened. As you breathe out, I'm going to tuck the pelvis under, so we start to curve the back. Arching the spine, I want you to drop the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out to your start position. through the spine, and we're lifting the head, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, and we're releasing out through the spine, lifting the head. So we want lots of movement through the back. Working into each section piece by piece. So moving each vertebrae one by one. Any areas that are feeling stiff or sore, we slow them down. So as we're curving the back, and you're pulling the tummy all the way in. And as we're releasing through the spine, let the shoulders come away from the ears. We've got two more here. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. Piece by piece. Lifting the head. This is your last one. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back, dropping the head, we hold, releasing out, lifting that head. From there we need to push back into a shell stretch. Once you finish stretching out, grab yourself a drink and then we're going to be laying on our side. Sorry, this is a new tripod, so I'm just trying to make sure I can get in shot. Haven't quite got that angle right, I don't think, but never mind. Okay, so if you're laying on your side, your knees bent, one on top of the other, those arms are nice and long, and you're resting the head down. From here, we're going to lift that top arm up, so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take your stretch before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. So you want to keep those legs glued together, making sure that this twist is coming through your waist. Nice deep breaths. Arm reaches long, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. So we know we're getting a good range of movement. We're getting that stretch all the way into the armpit. We want to make sure that as we twist away, we're opening up through our chest here. Let's take 2 more here. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Then we're coming back up and over. Back down to your start position. One more time, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you. Twisting away, we hold. Before coming back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. From here we're going to swap sides. So again, laying down, head resting on the floor, arms are long, palm to palm. Knees are bent, keep the legs glued together. Lift the top arm up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away. Holding here to take your stretch. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Lift back up and over to come down palm to palm. So remember, the arm is reaching nice and long from the fingertips to the armpit. Making sure that you're stretching and opening up through this chest. The legs stay glued together and grounded. Get this twist in the waist. Want to look at the hand for as long as we can. So you know you can get a good range of movement on both sides of the neck. Let's take 2 more here, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away, holding here. Before lifting back up and over to come down palm to palm. Last one, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away, we hold. Come back up and over. Coming down palm to palm. From there, roll onto your back and take a full body stretch. We are going to stay on our backs, but if you need to grab yourself a drink, then you can. Okay. So on your back, we need to find our neutral position again. So laying down, feet on the floor, knees bent. We've got that curve under the lower back. Just take your arms just down beside you. Just sort myself out. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head. Exhale, you're going to tighten the tummy, lift your shoulders from the floor, reach those arms long and away. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So you're using your tummy muscles to lift you. So you're pulling that belly button all the way down. Use your chin to chest position to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So think big nod of the head. Then lifting those shoulders. Arms are reaching long, get those shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. This is your last one. Chin to chest, lifting the shoulders. We hold. Control back down. So we're still going to use the start bit of the movement, but have our reach of our arms, which we've been doing for the last couple of days. So again, your chin to chest position. Tighten the tummy to lift yourself up. You're reaching towards one foot with the hand on the same side. Come back to the center and down. Chin to chest. Lift up. Reaching over. Center and down. So you're still using that nod of your head, keeping the chin towards the chest so that the neck can stay as relaxed as possible. You can support the head if you need to here. If you're going to do that, then just take one hand away as you're leaning over and make sure that hand is on the head and not the neck. Use your pelvic floor. Breathe. Keep those shoulders down. Got 2 more on each side, chin to chest. Lifting up. Reaching over to the center and down. Chin to chest. Lifting up. Reaching over. Center and down. Last one on each side, chin to chest. Lifting up. Reaching over. Center and down. Last one, chin to chest. Lifting up, reaching over. Center and down. From there, take a nice full body stretch. Then we're going to go onto our knees, or if you don't like weight bearing on your knees, we're on our fronts. See if I can fit in shot, which I'm not sure I will. Let me just adjust that. Grab a drink if you need one, and I'll just see if I can get my whole body in on the camera. I've got a new tripod and I don't know how to use it, as you can see. Okay, let's see if that helps. If I've made any difference. All just about. The head is a little bit cut off. Okay, if you're laying on your front, then legs are long and behind you, take your hands mat width apart. If you're coming into a knelt position, then your weight bearing on your knees, arms are relaxed down beside you. Looking straight forward and just slightly tucking that chin in towards your chest, just so that you're not straining through your neck. Really tightening in the tummy. From here, as you breathe in, we're going to be leaning back, pulling that tummy in. Exhale, squeeze the bottom to lift up. Inhale to lean. Exhale to squeeze. Leaning back. Squeeze and lift. So you should be tightening through that tummy the whole time. If you know you do suffer from cramp quite badly, or you're getting cramp through those lower legs, tuck those toes under there if you can. It might restrict the amount you can lean, but that doesn't matter, just keep it small. Sorry, I got my breathing wrong there. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Just make sure shoulders are relaxed. Let's take 2 more here. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. Last one. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. We're going to add that slight twist in. We've been doing that all week. If you're on your front, then you're going into a double arm lift. You're kneeling like I am, hopefully with all of your head intact. Your hands in front of your chest here. So now you're going to go slightly back. We're going to twist, centre, lift. Other side, leaning back, twist, centre and lift. Leaning back, twist, centre and lift. So it doesn't matter if you've now made your lean slightly smaller. We're on that slight twist through the upper body. Remember, you can tuck those toes under if you're cramping up. I still want you to keep the tummy tightened. Squeeze the bottom to lift you. Take 2 more on each side. Lean back, twist, centre, lift. Lean, twist, centre, lift. Last one each side. Lean back, twist, centre, lift. Leaning back, twist, centre and lift. From there, just bring yourself back into a shoulder stretch position. So bottom to the feet. Reach those arms back. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. And then we're going to be going into our 100. So we're going to be on our back. Just for now, have those knees bent, feet on the floor. You're going to be finding a nice, strong, flattened position. I just need to wipe my nose, sorry. Hay fever. So those knees bent and feet on the floor just for now. Flat back position, so you're nice and tucked under. From here, you're going to be lifting your legs up as long as they can go. So they're not just in tabletop, you're then going to lengthen them. It doesn't matter if you do need to keep a bend through the knees there. Like I always say, it's about the longest position that you can maintain. So if that needs to be quite bent so that you can get through the exercise, that's fine, that's where you are. If your legs are super long and that's quite comfortable for you, start to lower them down towards the floor until you find that challenging, but keeping your flat back position. From here, we're going to nod the head, lift the shoulders. Your arms are long and your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. So here we're going to be doing our beats up and down. Remember, you're thinking about working through water or some kind of resistance against the hand. If you want to make that much harder, then you can use those small hand weights. It doesn't matter if not, you still need to make sure that palm is facing the ceiling. So that'll be 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So arms will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, your legs are still lifted, your hands are behind your head. You're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards those legs. Resting down. The arms can rest down, the legs stay. The legs are going into crisscross. So your legs will crisscross for 2 sets of 8. If your knees are bent, it's the lower leg that will then crisscross. After that, we relax, hugging those knees in and taking a nice long full body stretch. Okay, let's go all together. I'll talk you through what's going on. So find that flat back position. When you're ready, lift those legs up and lengthen them as much as you can. We're going to nod the head, lift those shoulders, your arms are long and your palms face the ceiling. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, your hands come behind the head, your legs should still be lifted. Come up for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Tummies in, 3, 2, 1. Leave the legs, rest the head and the arms down. The legs are going to crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there, hug those legs into your chest. When you're ready, come into a full body stretch. Good, then we're going to be coming up to sitting. Grab a drink if you need one. Good, okay, so coming into a nice stretch here. I'm going to do the same stretch as we did yesterday. So we did pigeon stretch. Let me just move this out of the way. And hopefully if you did join in yesterday, it was clearer with this double mat system that I'm using, so that you can differentiate the black legs against the black floor matting. Let me know if you're still not clear on what you're seeing there. So to come into your pigeon stretch, I'm going to show you face on to begin with. So you're going to be, the full pigeon stretch, if you're able to do it, is tucking your front leg under, like a cross leg position a little bit, and then your back leg will just reach long and away. Okay, so if you can see my hand drawing out that position of my leg. So that's my foot, that's my knee. If you're not able to do a full pigeon stretch, which is the only problem with these is they slide away from each other. If you're not able to do a full pigeon stretch, that's fine. What I then suggest that you do is bring the one leg in front towards that hand and your back leg slide away. So decide which one you'd like to do and get into that position. Then you're either on long arms with your chest nice and lifted, and this is in either position, or dropping yourself down to your forearms. If you are flexible enough to come down into your forearms, just try going up into long arms, because I know that personally I get a better stretch on long arms. I've just got a bad wrist at the moment. So you might find that you feel a better stretch in a different position. And we're just holding here and taking nice deep breaths in and out. So we're going to be breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So we should be feeling this in the leg that's at the front, hopefully up the side into the glutes perhaps, and that back leg that's long and away. You might not feel a stretch there, but what we're doing is lengthening those hip flexors, all the muscles around the hips and into the front of the thigh. So we still want that nice deep breathing. Just relaxing there. We're going to swap sides. So you're either bringing the other leg forwards or tucking it under. Lengthen that back leg away. You can be on nice long arms, or drop yourself down if you prefer. So here you've got a better sight of here. I'm lengthening all of these muscles here. You might not feel it, but that's what we're doing. So if you're in a seated position, if you imagine a seated position, your hips are then at that right angle with your thighs, which is crunching up and shortening all of those muscles. So stretches like this are really good to get that length back. Doesn't matter if you're feeling this in different places. It will depend where it's tight in your body. Nice deep breaths. So from there we're just relaxing out of that position. So we're going to do the second stretch that we did yesterday as well, because I think that was a really good one, although my head will have to be slightly chopped off. So you're going to bring one foot forward. So usually when we do this stretch, if you didn't join in yesterday, it doesn't matter. Usually I tell you to step that bottom leg quite far forwards, but we're not doing that today. It's going to stay where it is. So you should have your front foot underneath your front knee, and your back knee should be underneath your hip. And lots of us naturally, mine is quite helpfully, although not practically, exaggerated now I'm pregnant, have a naturally what's called anterior tilt, where your pelvis, your bottom sticks out and you have this big curve in your back. What we're going to do for this stretch is tuck your bottom under. So think of tucking your bottom forwards and then pushing down into your knee and your foot. So you're squeezing your bottom and pushing your pelvis forwards. So the knee that's on the floor, that thigh, should feel like that's getting a little bit of a stretch. So you're firmly placing that foot down, you're not leaning into it, you're tucking under, driving that pelvis forwards. You can of course hold on to something if you need to. And relax. So just swap there, bring the other knee down to the floor. Bring the opposite foot up. So you should have the heel under the knee under the hip. So from here, where if you don't have a sticky out bottom, lucky you, then just take that exaggerated movement by pushing it back. Then if you need to, take your hands onto your hips to help you to tuck it under. You should need to squeeze your bottom as you take that tucked under position. Press down into this knee, down into this foot, push the hips forward. You're not moving your body weight. Just holding there. So really firing the glutes, the bottom. Should feel like firing up in this thigh that's under the hip. Relax those shoulders if you're feeling tense. Driving those hips forwards. relax. From here, come into a seated position. We're going to go into our frog stretch. I'm just going to leave this leg in front. This is my bad hip. So we're going to bring the feet together. So your soles of your feet are touching, your knees are nice and wide. Just going to hold on to those feet and let the knees just shake up and down. That's just going to help to open up a little bit through the hips. Just relax those legs. Then take that bounce out. Holding onto those feet, I want you to start to lean yourself forwards. And you're going to push into the legs with your elbows to help to increase that stretch. Good, relaxing there. We're going to be going on to our knees. If you like to use weights for any arm stuff or tins of baked beans or whatever, then grab those because you'll need them. Grab a drink if you'd like one. We're going to be on our hands and knees. So I'll just grab one of these little weights here just to demonstrate. So this is just a 2 kilo. I would advise you not really to go any heavier than a 2 kilo. You can do if you're feeling really hench, but you'll just get tired a lot quicker. So look to build on that. But anything from like a half a kilo upwards will be suitable. If you're not using a weight, it doesn't matter. I'm going to demonstrate this with and without, and that's absolutely fine if you're not. So please don't panic if you're thinking, I'm not using a weight, because it doesn't matter. So you're going to be coming onto your hands and knees. Look, my weight won't even stand up. There we go. Coming onto your hands and knees. And if you do really suffer from sore wrists, and after a little while this is too much, you can come down to your forearms. You're just going to have less movement. But see how you go, okay? Almost think about trying to take the hands further forwards first so that the degree of angle at your wrist is smaller. Knees just relax down. So here on our hands and knees, if you are using a weight, just have that beside one of your hands. We're going to be doing what is called row, but you're on your all fours. So one hand is going to be lifting up towards your hip. And hopefully you can see that my elbow is staying really close to my body. So don't come up like this. If I show you front on, you might be able to see that better. So from here, my hand is coming in. You see my elbow's tucked in. You don't want this. Nice and tucked in and down. You're going to stay on the same side, like this, for 10 repetitions. So if you're using a weight, you're going to be coming here. It's exactly the same movement, okay? I'll do that. I might do that front onto you actually, because it looks like you can see a bit better. So have the supporting hand nice and underneath your shoulder if you can. If that wrist is sore, take it slightly further forwards. You'll just struggle to balance a bit. If you're cramping up, tuck those toes under. So it doesn't matter if you're using a weight or not, whichever you feel the most comfortable with. We're going to go for 10 on this side and swap, and then we'll do 10 on each side again. So we're going to be driving up and down, up and down. So we want to be tightening in the tummy. Try and exhale as you lift and down, lift and down. Taking that weight all the way to the hip. We're halfway. Up and down, up and down, lift and down. Last two, lift and down, lift and down. In between, we'll just give those wrists a shake out, especially the one that's supporting you. Okay, changing sides. Again, doesn't matter if you need to drop the weight or lose the weight for your second side. Same thing, here we go, lifting up and down, lift and down, breathe and down, and down, to the hip and down. You're halfway, lift and down, lift and down. Elbows tucked in and down, tuck and down. Last two, tuck and down, tuck and down. Relaxing there. Roll through those wrists. Make sure you're controlling that breathing. We're going to do this again. This time I'm going to demonstrate without the weight and side on so you can see what my whole body is doing a little bit better. So get in that position if you're not there already. Here we go. Coming up and down. Up and down. To the hip and down. Hip and down. Breathe. Pull that tummy in. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. We're going to swap sides. This is the last one we're doing here. Lifting up and down. Lift and down. Tummy's tightened and down. Breathe and down. Halfway. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Last two. Lift and down. Lift and down. Relaxing there, roll those wrists. Grab a drink if you need one. We're going to stay on our hands and knees. I'm going to give you the option to drop onto your forearms. I'm going to, just because I know my wrist is a little bit sore, I don't want to push it and then not be able to do anything tomorrow on it. You can come up onto all fours if you prefer, and that's totally fine. This is how the exercise should be, but I'm just giving you the option to be down here. We're now working the legs, so you won't need that weight. So, one leg, and we're going to do what's called donkey kicks. Not a very glamorous name. Most of you, if you come to class, will have done these with me before, but not solely on their own, if that makes sense. So on one leg, we're going to do 10, then 10 on the other side, rest, 10, and then 10. So you're going to be kicking the leg up and in. Push up and in. Lift and in. Tighten your tummy. Lift and in. Lift and in. 5 more. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Last 2. Lift and in. Lift and in. We're swapping legs. Here we go. Coming up and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Breathe. Lift and in. Halfway. Lift and in. And in. Lift and in. Last 2. Lift and in. Lift and in. Relax there. Give those wrists a little roll through if you need to. So we've got each side one more time, 10 on each side. If you are staying on long arms, you can now drop onto those forearms if you need to. Here we go. Lift and in. Breathe, lift and in. And in. And in. And in. Halfway. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. 2 more. Lift and in. Lift and in. We're swapping sides. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Deep breaths. Lift and in. Halfway. Lift and in. Lift and in. Lift and in. Last 2. Lift and in. Lift and in. Relax there. Roll through those wrists. Drink if you need it. So we've got our knee lifts. Again, those wrists are sore, drop onto the forearms. If not, you'll be on long arms, tucking those toes under. As you breathe out, you're pulling your tummy in, pressing into the hands and the feet. Lift those knees up just an inch or so. Inhale down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. So the tummy's lifting you here. Hands and feet are there for support. Nice deep breaths. Keeping that head in line. So you want to make sure if you're on your forearms like I am that you're looking down to your mat. If you're on long arms and you're looking just past those fingertips. We will just want to avoid dropping the head down or pushing the head up. Let's take 4 more here. We're going to lift and down. Lift and down. Last 2. Lift and down. Lift and down. From there, I want to push back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet, reach those arms forwards. You can, if you need to, just roll those wrists. So we're going to go into our planks. So if you haven't done class this week so far, it doesn't matter, same plank that you've done all week through. From the forearms, pushing up onto tall arms. Let me just sort my nose out. So we're going to do both types of plank. I'll talk you through and I'll do sort of a half demonstration for you. So you're going to start on those forearms. Remember that I want your forearms parallel to one another. I don't want them crossed, I don't want them wide. I don't mind if your hands are in fists or if they're flat. They should be parallel to one another. Come to the front of your mat. You're going to be stepping 1 foot out behind you, so that leg is long, your toes are tucked under. The other leg goes to meet it. From here, tuck yourself under into a nice long plank position. Shift your weight over into one side, so you can place one hand onto the floor. Push yourself up. Find that strong plank. Hold for your breath in and out. And relax. Then we go again. Remember that you need to get this strong plank position. Squeeze your bottom, use your tummy. Shift your weight over. Take that hand up. Your hand needs to come underneath your shoulder. If this is as far as you can go and that's too much, just hold there. Try the other side next time. We're looking to build that strength. So you're taking them in your own time. I want you to really think about getting that strong plank position in both planks. So make sure that as you come into your lower plank, squeeze your bottom, pull the tummy in. You're not sinking those hips. Make sure as you lift up, you haven't left the hips behind. So you're always staying in that nice long line. You shouldn't be dropping the hips down, you shouldn't be lifting the hips up. Nice long flat line and then into a diagonal line, okay? Breathe whilst you're doing it. We're not holding the breath here. Lift up, up. Then you're here for a breath in, out. Then you can relax. So take your time, there's no rush. I would rather that you did it nice and slowly and got a good plank position than you rushed it and the planks looked awful. Obviously I don't know that because I can't see you, but I will rely on your judgment. Just make sure you're tightening, getting those good positions. Let's do 2 more here. So step back, strong low plank. Shift that weight, hand down, push up, hold, and rest. You've got 1 more. Step back, strong plank. Shift your weight, Press down, down to lift. Breathe in, out, and relax there. Roll through those wrists. Well done, really good. From here, let's come into a stretch. Just you can either be seated or knelt or standing. Take those arms into like a circle shape. Want to pull the tummy as you curve your back and just drop that head down. So you're looking down to your mat or your feet, or in my case, my belly. From here, those hands come behind. Reaching back, you're lifting the upper body. And again, curving forwards. Those hands behind, reach and lift. Good, from here we're going to roll those shoulders back. So remember you can stand or kneel for this. And forwards. Those arms out to the side, we're lifting up, we're stretching over, going back to the centre, we're lifting up, stretching over, into the centre, one more time each side, lift up, reach over, back to the centre, lifting up, reaching over, back to the centre. That is the end of today's session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll try and sort out the position of my tripod. I'm just trying to get used to a new one, and I'll see how I go with that and not chop the top of my head off anymore. Enjoy the sunshine, wear lots of sun cream, get outside for a walk or something if you can. And I hope to see lots of you for the rest of the week. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.